Welcome back, everybody. The History Guy here. Time to continue playing in the Victory in the West campaign on Unity of Command 2. This is episode 3. If you did not see the first 2 episodes, there's a link in the description below that will take you back. We are on to Operation Husky, July 9th, 1943, the invasion of Sicily, the true opening of a second front in Europe. And this was something that was done initially by I think it was the 15th Allied Army Group under the command of General Montgomery, who was a British, General Alexander, who was a British commander, with his 2 sub-commanders being General Montgomery with the British 8th Army and General Patton with the American 7th Army. The British 8th Army had the primary role of taking the main objective, which is Messina. They were going to land here on the southeast and march right up through. Patton's 7th Army was over here to their left flank, and they were basically providing protection on the left flank. Although, Patton wants to get the glory for himself and get into Messina first. So that said, we're going to have to get kind of creative with this. I've played this mission once or twice and just tried to kind of go traditional and march right up with my armies side by side, pushing up through. And I can usually get to Messina just fine, but once you get to Messina, there's this really difficult unit that just does not want to budge. And no matter how hard you hit them, you just get destroyed. And I keep finding myself not being able to take that final objective, even though I get there 3 or 4 turns before the end. So I'm going to try something a little different this time instead. Okay, so here we go. And we've got a couple of things here. We've got 4 total naval bombardments available. I'm going to say that I'm going to use a few of them. The logical thing seems to be that they're sitting right here. Use them to soften up the naval landings and make your job easier. But I've played this mission a couple of times now, and every time I get all the way up to Messina, and I can't take Messina because he's got a really powerful unit there that is just impossible to dislodge, and you can only have 2 units bordering it. So I want to save at least a couple of those naval bombardments for Messina. The other ones I'm going to use on Palermo, and I'll show you what I mean by that in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and start our landings. I want to go ahead and use one of my scouting missions to look at Palermo and see. Yeah, he's actually got a couple of units there, but he doesn't have one next to Palermo. Because what I want to do is I want to actually drop the 82nd Airborne right up here next to Palermo, if I can. Actually, I take that back. I want to drop the 82nd right here. We're going to drop the British Airborne up by Palermo. And, obviously they're going to be cut off from supply at first, but that won't last. And I definitely want to take this spot here because that's where I can put my American headquarters. That's the only place you can put Patton's headquarters. And now we're going to attack these guys. Try to push them out, which we've done successfully. Now let's get British landings started, British and Canadian landings started over here. Try to soften these guys up before we land additional troops, which we'll now be able to do. And we can push him back even further. Now the main thing here is I really need to be able to take Syracuse as quickly as possible, because that's where the British headquarters has to go. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't look like I can land there, so I've got to decide whether or not I want to try an actual naval assault. But you can see I'm going to lose everybody if I do that, so that's obviously not really an option. So this is where it gets kind of tricky. I have to kind of maybe wait a turn to be able to take Syracuse, but I want to get these airborne units up here in Palermo. But I've got to protect them as best as possible. So we're going to start by attacking that unit. Unfortunately, it's not going to let me move into Palermo. So once I get a glimpse of his armor there, we'll probably use the naval assault to soften those guys up, but I can't do it yet. I do have 5, and that's long-range recon. I do have 1 air attack every turn that I can use. Let's go ahead and use that to start softening up Syracuse a little bit. still no chance of actually landing that assault, so we're not going to be able to do that just yet. We're going to have to wait a turn on that naval landing. Unless that'll soften those guys up. I don't think so. I think I'll go ahead and use one naval bombardment here, just because I've really got to get Syracuse. Because if I don't take it now, it's going to get really hard to take it later. This will allow me to get my British headquarters landed. Makes my job a whole lot easier. And now we've got these headquarters points that we can use. So I've got to think about how I want to go about using those. We're going to get some additional reinforcements added to some of these units. What else can we do? Let's look at the American units now. Nothing there. I don't think we have any bridges we need to... Oh, we do have a bridge we can repair right there. All right, that's going to make my job a little easier. None here. Okay, I think that's pretty well all we're going to do this turn. We're going to save the rest. See what happens. Yeah, I know trucks are available, but I don't want to place those just yet. Okay, this is where I have to get concerned about Palermo, but looks like we did a nice job so far. Oh boy, that's a real problem. Wow, how is he able to mount that many attacks? The British Airborne put up a heck of a fight up there. And I've got to protect them before I lose them altogether. So 4 units in disrupted supply. We kind of expected that. This is where we use our naval bombardment to protect the airborne troops as best we can. And then I've got to save that last naval bombardment for Messina. Well, that didn't do anything. I'm going to go over and grab these supplies. That was kind of the main point of landing these guys. We'll leave them right there for now. And I'm going to start making a run for these supplies out here. I'm going to move these guys over. Maybe. Oh, we got a bridge out. Let's see if we can fix that. Oh, it won't let me. Okay. We'll move to here. And that opens it up for those supplies anyway. Now we can land the American armored troops. And we can put them in the headquarters. Oh, I should have attacked these guys here. We're starting to establish a beachhead now. And now we can get supplies to these guys. I'm pretty nervous that I'm going to lose my British Airborne. I just don't see a way to bail them out. That probably was a mistake. But not a lot I can do about that right now. Just looking to see if there's any options I have as far as things I can do with these force points. It doesn't appear to be. And I can't get my armored in until I move these guys out. There we go. I got to try and push up through here. There's a lot of units up there though, and supply is going to become a pretty major issue if I don't deal with that pretty quickly. Doesn't appear that no matter where I put that, I'm going to be able to get the supplies up into there. Alright, that's going to have to do for now, I think. Not a whole lot else I want to do at the moment. I know. Yeah, we lost the airborne. I was afraid of that. Alright, so we've got to take the Catania airfield quickly here. I don't even know where that is. Oh, it's way up there. That's not happening. We've got Marsala. That gets some points. Push these guys out of here. Another command point. That'll actually come in really handy. Bye-bye. So these guys are certainly a problem, and we're going to try to start softening as best we can. Let's look at the available. Now we got some better options here at the headquarters. I still don't think there's any bridges we need to repair. No, there's one right there. Let's go ahead and do that. That takes 2 points. We can do a set piece attack, which reduces entrenchment, but that's really not something I think is a big concern right now. I want to look back and see if there's any. Yeah, there are some reinforcements we can go with here. How about some armor? Actually, what I really need to do right now is supply these guys. So there's no issue there, but that takes most of my points. Where can we deploy them? I'll stay right there. All right, American headquarters. Emergency supply. We can't supply them. They're not connected. Same here. What about now? Now I ought to be able to supply them. There we go. Beyond that, combines with infantry to create armor steps. 2x needed for fully armored units. 1 for mechanized. Okay. We've still got a couple points left. 105s. Let's give those 105s to this infantry right here. We've actually still got more available. Nothing I can do there, though. And no emergency supply left. I guess we're good. We've got another armored unit we can place in there. Perfect. Now we can push right up to the verge of this supply right here. These guys might get cut off, but that's not a huge deal at the moment. Okay. Only one unit in disrupted supply, so that's actually pretty good right now. Okay, we've got this airstrike. Where do we want to use it? This guy. Finish him. Can we hit him again? Yep. We're going to be just one turn short on taking that airport. The nice thing here is, I believe, well, no, he still got supply this way. I was going to say, I should be able to cut off the whole western half of the island if I can get up and take this last supply spot. I think I've got enough units over there. Excellent. All right, we've got a Canadian Armored Brigade available to us. See, we start having problems with the front lines just being difficult to keep open for everybody. Anybody need emergency supply? Doesn't appear to. Any bridges need repaired? No. Just looking to see who can use what here. All right, how about the American side? No emergency supplies needed. These guys are still cut off from supply, and they can't really do much of anything until I get connected with them. No force pool available. Oh, we do have some. U.S. infantry. Excellent. Free French infantry, no. Okay, so that's that. We're still saving that last naval bombardment for when we get to Messina. Oh yeah, let's take a look at our truck situation. Is there anywhere else we can place a truck? Yeah, it looks like we could put one right there. That would work. Nice. Okay, I think we're good. I am worried about these guys in Marsala, but we're about to connect our supply network with them, I think. Oh, we're not quite there yet. Oh, so close though. This is a problem. I have to start thinking about pulling them back now. There we go. That helps. Now we run up and we take Trapani. We're still in bad shape. It's a very disrupted unit. Not a lot I can do about that at the moment. But now we cut off the whole western half of the island. Actually, let's move this unit up into here. Upgrade. Oh, what do we got here? Specialized suppressive fire. No, I want to take the command points. Oh my, we can get way up here now. All right. Now we're on to, number one, let's move our headquarters. Right there. Same with British headquarters. Let's get it moved up. And then the next thing is, let's look and see if we've got any available reserves. Doesn't appear to be. We used all of our points moving the headquarters on that side. Okay. I think we're pretty well done at this point. So we're going to be on to turn 6. Lost Marsala and still cut off over here. I'm going to lose that unit. I just can't quite get to him in time. He's cut off from supply too, but he's going to probably take out that unit. I'm going to come over here and protect these guys. Hello, thank you for the supplies. Nowhere to go with that. Oh, he's got me cut off right here. There's the problem. No reinforcements available. How about supply? What can we do to improve that situation? Nothing. These guys are all cut off from supply, mainly because I think of this point right here. And I've got nothing down there to do with that, to deal with that. Probably get this armor over there in one more turn, but that's kind of a weak spot right now for me. No armor anywhere. Okay. All right. A little worried about the situation in the west at the moment. First things first, we've got to deal with this situation over here. I did lose that unit over there. Oh, I can't quite get there. I'm just going to be one short. All right, we've taken Palermo. I want to see what other units I can emergency supply here. Oh, yes, definitely them. That makes a big difference. Same here. Those emergency supplies are huge right now. Why can I not take that? Oh, I guess I can't do that because there must be an enemy in that spot. Let's get emergency supply over here as well. Okay. See why Messina is going to be such a tough nut to crack. You can see what we're up against there. All right, not a lot else I can do here. I am kind of curious to see what's in here, if anything at all. There's so many places I can't really see, and I've got these scout planes, so I might as well use them. Okay. We're going to reinforce whoever we can here. All right, that's it. We're on to turn 8. We've got 5 more turns to take Messina. We've got some supply issues here, which we'll deal with first. Command points. Finally, that guy's out of here. All right, what does that leave? That leaves one German unit out here in the west, and then Messina. And I'm going to wait to use my naval bombardment until I've got everybody else taken care of. I've still got an air bombardment available to me, which we're definitely going to use on Messina. All right, next turn. That's the end of any kind of Allied Axis presence in the western half of the island. It all becomes about, oh, that was a mistake. Can we undo that? No, we can't undo an attack. We can only undo a move. Pull that back for just a minute. I'm going to move up here. That leaves Messina, which we're not quite ready to attack yet. All right, can we move British headquarters again? We can. We're going to move right up here toward Messina. Make the best possible situation for me as I assault this final position. Okay, we're on turn 10. We're going to start with air bombardment. That did pretty good. Now we use our final naval bombardment, saving for this moment. Now the target should be softened enough. There we go. We're starting to cause some casualties. The situation is going to be much, much more pliable. Nothing else to do except take Messina. I think we'll take it on this next turn. Beautiful. Oh, come on, let me move in there. It won't let me move in on Messina. Not yet, anyway. All right, one more turn it is. And I lost 3 units out of supply because I couldn't make it one more turn. I should have been paying attention to that, but that is it. I have air attacks available, but I have nobody to use them on. We've taken the objective. There are no more troops left in the island of Sicily to attack. All right, there we go. Let's end the scenario and see where we're at this point. We killed 26 enemy units, took 37 prisoner. Score of 161. That's way better than we've done previously. Starting to get the feel for the game a little bit more than I did before. I feel by the time we get to Operation Overlord, I should feel pretty good about things moving forward. So where do we go from here? Excellent. So I don't see kind of the next thing. So we move to the next conference, and now this is where I should have done this before. We've got some cards that we want to spend some prestige points on. This B-26 bomber would be absolutely huge, and that one's free. Remove fog of war during turn. That would be really cool. The naval bombardment would be really nice to have. Allied headquarters, Supreme Headquarters, Allied Expeditionary Force, elite replacements. Let's definitely do that. And let's go ahead and pick up some Ultra Intelligence as well. So we're going to get all of those cards available to us. And next, looks like we're moving on. We're going to start going up Sicily. Oh, I have to end the conference. My bad. How do we end the conference? There we go. Now we go to Operation Avalanche. Italy has surrendered, but the Germans were prepared and moved quickly to disarm their former allies and occupy most of the Italian mainland. The British 8th Army has crossed the Straits of Messina and also landed troops by sea in Taranto. However, the main Allied effort and then is the naval landings near Salerno, Operation Avalanche. So that will be the next episode. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. Please drop a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.